Hi, everyone. This is Stephanie A., and thank you so much for joining me today. If we haven't met yet, I am the founder and executive director of Adoption and Beyond, and we have a special treat for you today. We have Candice, who is joining us. She is a birth mother who placed through our agency a little over 3 years ago. So she has agreed to come and talk so you guys can learn everything she has to share. And thank you again, Candice, for joining us. I appreciate you being here.
You're welcome. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about why, let's start off with why did you choose adoption? Kind of what brought you to that point?
Yeah, so I was in a pretty low place in my life at the time, and I had gone through some pretty traumatic experiences. I had a guy break into my house, and just a series of events that really just put me into this hole. And so I was just mentally really not in a great spot
Mhm.
um, in my life at the time. And I really just wanted Layla to be safe overall because
Mhm.
I didn't feel safe. I felt like I couldn't hardly protect myself. So I
Right.
just wanted to make sure Layla was safe. And that was really my main priority is I wanted her to be able to live a better life than me
Mhm.
and to be protected more than I had been in my life at the time.
Right. So I know that, so you have an open adoption, but you weren't really thinking you wanted an open adoption at the beginning. Was that correct?
Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
I just felt like I had this something like following me around of like bad events, and I felt like
Mhm.
just even being near her could possibly like rub that off on her. And so I was like, I feel like it's just gonna be safest if I just let this go, and it would be safer for me as well, just with the emotional about it. I didn't know how I'd feel seeing her afterwards and not being able to have the type of relationship that I originally would have thought of, having not adopted her. I knew it was going to be a little bit different. And
Right.
so there was just a lot of mixed feelings there.
Right. But you have an open adoption. So kind of what was the turn of events to bring you to that point of deciding that you did want that?
Well, Julie honestly really helped kind of talk me through that and
Mhm.
just made me really think about what potentially like my mind could change and to keep my options open basically. And so she really helped me think through that, and that was really helpful.
So just to bring clarity for people who are watching this video, Julie was Candace's caseworker through this adoption journey. So just so bring clarity of who Julie is. So what are you able to do now that you wouldn't have been able to do if you had decided to parent your child at that time?
Yeah, so like I said, I was in a pretty bad spot in my life, and I feel like having the ability to build myself to be more financially stable, to be able to move out of the town that was just bringing me nowhere. Weren't really many opportunities for me there.
Mhm.
And I moved to a larger city, and there's plenty of opportunities here, and I've been able to create a good life for myself and to be more mentally stable, financially stable. And I've met some really great people who have just taken me under their wing and saw the value in me and
Mhm.
wanted to help bring that value out. And it's been a great experience for me.
So I have several questions that I'm going to ask right here in a row. So just take a piece at a time. So why was it important for you to be a part of your child's life when you made that decision to go ahead and have an open adoption? Is it hard for you to see her now? And what kind of emotions do you feel when you see her?
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of different emotions that were different at first and are starting to change now. It was really hard to see her at first,
Mhm.
just because I feel like she doesn't even look much like me.
Oh.
So she has a lot of Hispanic in her, and I'm not Hispanic at all.
Got it.
So it's kind of hard to just see that. And
Mhm.
but it's also gives me a lot of hope seeing her, hope
Mhm.
for her future. And a lot of I can tell she's just a happy little girl, and I just love seeing that. So there's definitely a lot of hope feelings around
Mhm.
seeing her now.
So it's easier to see her now that she's older than it was when you first started. Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what are your feelings about the adopting family and what is your relationship like with them?
Our relationship is pretty good. I mean, I I really love their family. I've been able to not only meet Monica and Brandon, but I've been able to meet some of her extended family as well
Mhm.
at one of her birthday parties. And I just think they're all very kind people. She's going to have a lot of support her whole life, which is very important for me personally, for her to have that because I didn't have a whole lot of support once I graduated and moved.
Mhm.
So it's really nice that she has that environment and people around her.
That will be here. Will be there for her as she grows and everything. Yeah. Can you tell a little bit about your experience with adoption and beyond?
I had a great experience. I mean, like I said, Julie, I probably wouldn't have been able to be a part of Layla's life like I am now if it weren't for her. And I'm forever grateful for that.
Yeah. For just talking through about what openness looks like and what it would mean to you and to Layla and also the family as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to say at this time?
Honestly, I'm just really, I think like this was originally a very bad situation in my life and it was very hard, but I think it brought me a lot of hope. And that's something that I was really struggling with, like seeing hope for my future.
Mhm.
And I'm just really glad that I don't want to say glad that this happened, but
Right.
like in a way I am. I think growing from this situation
Right.
has made a big impact in my life and the things that I'm able to do now. And
Mhm.
I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Right. So, really kind of having her just kind of made you think beyond yourself and kind of where you wanted to go in life and kind of change your path. Is that what you're saying? Is that what happened? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you regret your decision or do you feel this was the right thing to do?
At times I find myself having a little bit of regret, mainly
Mhm.
just out of the fact that I miss like having the ability like to just be around her all the time.
Right. Miss
um,
the parenting part of it. Yes.
right, right. But then I think of Monica and Brandon and the life that I was able to create for them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about that, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Well, I just so appreciate you, Candice, and just thank you for taking the time to talk about your adoption experience and to share that with others. And I just once again just thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.